How wise, samurai. But who cares?
Looks like we're talking about Demongo. Now, Demongo is Aku's most powerful and ancient servant. The guy killed thousands over the course of his life, but in order to understand the true terror that is Demongo, you first need to understand his story. You see, Demongo originally emerged from the pit of hate just like Aku. He was created as one of the first minions Aku had in his arsenal after being released from the Tainted Lands. Now, the reason for his creation, though technically a mystery, it's most likely for the sole purpose of handling powerful opponents for Aku as his main assassin at the time. Regardless of the reason for his creation, he would be employed into Aku's service as an incredibly powerful minion. You see, he has another alias, with it being the Collector or the Soul Collector. The reason for this is that whenever he personally kills someone, he can then imprison their soul or essence within himself for all eternity, with him becoming more and more powerful with every single soul he devours. You see, his true strength lies in the hundreds if not thousands of souls that he had stolen, as he can summon their visage to be used as an obedient soldier with all of their wit, strength, and skill. He is basically a walking army, but what makes this so dangerous is that the souls of these beings cannot be destroyed. This means he can summon them again and again, no matter how many times they are defeated. This means that he's unstoppable on most occasions on the battlefield. In fact, I would not be surprised if he had used this to his advantage, attacking armies with his own limitless collection, and with every person who fell on the battlefield, he would take their soul for his own army. Now, an interesting piece of info on the character is that he personally believes himself to be above Aku, with him stating that Jack was incredibly powerful, if not more so than his master, but then went on to say that he wasn't more powerful than him. This shows some level of pride as well as arrogance in his status, something that somewhat makes sense, as in the thousands of years that he served Aku, he had never failed a mission. In fact, it's quite possible that later down the line, he would have rebelled against Aku after he had acquired enough power and souls, meaning if he had taken Jack's essence, it's quite possible he would have been able to kill Aku. Though despite him clearly believing himself to be above Aku, I don't think he would actually betray him, as he's been loyal for over a millennia by the time we meet him, so he most likely has ambitions, but I don't think killing his master is one of them. Regardless, he would never reach the level of power anyway, as Jack would find out a crucial weakness of his, which is that if you grab hold of the essence as he absorbs it, you can be sucked into a soul chamber where all of his victims are stored. Or simply attacking the ring of fire surrounding the victim, the essence could be freed from his chambers. Now, one thing that interested me about this is that when it happened, Demongo responded with it being impossible and was genuinely shocked that Jack could do that. Especially considering he's been doing this for over a millennia, this leads me to believe that there has to be more to this than meets the eye. It's quite possible Jack had some unique quality that the thousands of other warriors didn't. It could be that only one of pure heart can grasp the soul link, or it was simply Jack's inner connection with spirits that allowed him to do this. Whatever the circumstances that allowed Jack to do this, Jack would exploit this and would release his thousands of victims, leaving Demongo powerless. He would then be killed by his victims and rematerialize in the pit of hate, where Aku would collect him, and then Aku would abruptly kill him again. But surprisingly enough, this would not be the end of Demongo, as he would yet again rematerialize and build up his collection again in the span of 50 years. It also seems that he's being incredibly selective to build up an army of even greater value than before. Now, before I go, I thought it would be important for me to talk about a very simple misconception, which is the fact that Demongo gains power from every soul he's consumed. He can in fact call upon the powers of each of these souls personally, gaining reflexes, skills, unique powers, basically everything that they have access to. He simply prefers to use them as warriors instead, as it's much easier and doesn't put him in as much danger. A good example of this would be the fact that he showcased many personal abilities such as flight and teleportation, and then proceeded to lose all of these abilities after the souls were released. Additionally, it seems that beings who are absorbed by Demongo and are stored in the soul chamber are saved from age and stay in their physical prime. If they are released, they are not only returned to their physical form, but also released at the exact age of their capture. Anyway, that's all I got for this episode. Be sure to like, subscribe, hit that bell icon for future videos on Samurai Jack, and be sure to tell me what you'd like to see in the comments, and thanks so much to my patrons on Patreon. We got Lindsay, Red Skeleton, The Mnemonic Sailor, Jay, Hero Brian, Trolley Unicorn, Christopher Robinson, and Christopher Alver. Thank you guys so much for the support. Anyway, I won't keep you, and as always, I will see you in the next video. Bye.